But you can imagine that police were happy. Hey, we get a little bit of power back to be able to pursue people who are a danger to us, a danger to the community. Except even when that happens, the question is the criminal justice system doing something about those individuals who police are able to pursue in those rare circumstances? The answer seems to be, well, in a lot of cases, no. So you're going to be just furious by this story in Thurston County, as is the Thurston County Sheriff Derek Sanders. Here's a story from King 5. Car chase suspect released without bail, leaving sheriff frustrated. Frustrated to say the least. So Derek Sanders, again, the sheriff in Thurston County, he actually was on this call. We're going to play some body camera footage, and it is his voice you're going to hear in a lot of it. But to set this up a little bit, so they are pursuing these suspects. The individuals who are in a vehicle that turns out to be stolen hit someone. So now we've got hit and run, stolen vehicle, eluding law enforcement. Eventually, you're going to see them get out and bail, and then law enforcement catches up to them in an unusual place. Watch.
Information speeds are about 60 and they're in the oncoming lane again.
Received. Speeds of 60, oncoming lane.
And they just wrecked our radio.
Received. Just wrecked.
I'm taking a pit.
Received. Taking a pit.
Highway 11, dog tracking towards Pat Kennedy Way, towards Cardinal.
Received. Toward Cardinal.
Walking up to the porta potty. What's in there?
Hey. Locked. We're at County 1.
County 1.
I got a honey bucket that's locked here.
I'd feel really bad if it was somebody just using
Locked
it.
honey bucket.
If you're inside there, come out now with your hands up.
Can we get another unit, please?
Got a K-9 unit.
1411 requesting another unit.
Hands. Hands. Code 10.
Come on. On your knees.
Down.
Everybody on
Down. Down.
On your knees.
We need more units. We got 3 people inside a honey bucket.
On your knees.
Received. 3 people inside a honey bucket.
7-1
Lay down.
1971 out.
You're fleeing from a stolen car. I'm going to leave it aimed at you too. Be quiet. No. Hands.
And that's the
You
sheriff.
got hands?
Right? You hear
So you can start with the mouthy one here on the left, and then we'll work our way down. I got less lethal cover.
Just shut your mouth.
Yep. County 1 detained.
County 1 copy. 1 detained.
County 1 2 detained.
We want those cuffs to be covered.
Radio County 1 3 detained. Clear code 10. Good girl.
Well, dog action. This video has everything.
Girl.
So, first of all, that video literally had everything. Had a police chase, pit maneuver, had a porta potty, people running, and it had a canine at the end. But anyway, you can see how frustrating of a situation that was, although they were able to eventually take him into custody, which is not always the case. But you had them driving erratically, recklessly, putting lives in danger on the roadway there, fleeing from law enforcement. You had multiple resources that had to come in to effect an arrest. You had a canine, all of these things. So hit and run suspects, stolen vehicle suspects, eluding law enforcement. So these guys go to court, and I'll give you one guess what the bail was. 0. Nothing. Nada. And prosecutors hadn't even asked for very much. But one of the arguments here was, I think, that they didn't have a criminal history. Who cares if they don't have a criminal history? The idea that you would give someone who has shown a reckless disregard for human life in the way that they were driving, who has victimized another member of the community in stealing a vehicle from them, who has shown that they're willing to flee from justice, right? The fact that a judge would look at that person and say, cut him loose, no bail. Do you think for 1 second that person's showing back up in court? Hell to the no. So here's Derek Sanders speaking with King 5.
frustrating. It's a morale hit. It's a morale hit for us. I think it's a morale hit for the community. It's a morale hit for the next stolen auto theft victim.
Thurston County Sheriff Derek Sanders says he and his deputies are seeing more instances of suspects they've just chased down let go without any bail.
In my opinion, right, it is not excessive. It is not unreasonable to require some bail, to require that some person who doesn't live here, who's committed a crime that is escaping in nature, be required to post some sort of bail. That's not excessive to me.
No, it's not excessive. This was an 18-year-old, the one driving, it sounds like, is that correct? The one driving, 18-year-old from Puyallup, was going almost 100 miles an hour down near the airport in Olympia. 100 miles an hour. Again, they don't care about anyone's life. They don't, and I would argue, including themselves, if they're driving in a vehicle at 100 miles an hour, they have no respect for the rule of law, they have no respect for the sanctity of life, and they clearly do not care about consequences from the criminal justice system. If you think for 1 second that they're not going to, or that they're going to appear in court, that judge has absolutely lost it. So again, here's another breakdown in the system. We just managed to just patch a hole in one, which was the law that made it nearly impossible for police to pursue. Thankfully, they could in this case because of the hit and run element, which is vehicular assault. So finally, they're like, oh gosh, at least we can pursue this guy. And then what happens? All that work, all of that danger law enforcement put themselves in to catch this guy in a porta potty. Cut him loose. Ridiculous.